G'day folks, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 and welcome back to, I think this is called Razimuth's Tower or something along those lines. Basically the tower above Sorcerer's Sundries, and we are having a fight with Lorroakan. So, I'm going in this a bit cautiously, maybe optimistic. I'm just looking at all of these Myrmidons and the amount of HP they have, so it does scare me quite a bit. And then there's Lorroakan, doesn't have a lot of HP, but I'm thinking he's probably going to hit really, really hard with various spells and whatnot. Miklor, I mean, only 8 HP, I could just take him out immediately. But I'm just looking at the rest of the situation here. So we've got Crank and we've got Roland. Now Roland is unarmed apparently, but if I'm not mistaken, he's like a spellcaster, right? Like he's learning about magic and wizardry, so assuming he can actually cast some spells. I'm just a little bit worried about the amount of HP he has, which is not much at all. And the fact that we have started in a very bunched up position here. So I'm going to look to try and spread ourselves out a little bit to try to, make sure that we don't get hit by too many AoE type spells. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Blue can actually move around freely. And I don't really understand what's going on there. Is there some kind of a spell going on in the middle here which is preventing us from being able to move in? Or is it just that Will is in the way? I think that could be the case. If that is the problem, then, you know, we could always do a Misty Step. And I don't mind doing that, actually, all things considered, just to give us a little bit more freedom. Gale's going to go next, and we're probably going to pop Haste. And I think maybe Gale should take the Haste, and Will should probably put Haste on himself as well. I think we can go without Haste for Blue, and if he really needs it, we could probably take a Potion of Speed. But let's not do that immediately, because it only gives it for, what, 2 or 3 turns? So when we're lethargic, we're going to really feel the pain. Then there's Dame Aelin, 85 HP. So I'm not sure how we're going to strategize here, but for the moment, let's just take a look at what these Myrmidons are all about. And we'll try to figure out which ones to perhaps maybe focus down, or is it better to try and focus down Lorroakan first? Because maybe the Myrmidons will simply stand down with him gone. I can't really be certain of that. Let's take a look at Lorroakan, actually. Whoa, okay. He's got a lot of different immunities here. Thunder doesn't seem to be on the list, so we could perhaps maybe do thunder damage and radiant as well. Maybe force damage. So let's take a look at all of this. Spell resistance. You have advantage on saving throws against spells. So any spells whatsoever. Is that what we're saying? Sculpt spells. Create pockets of safety within your evocation spells. Allies automatically succeed their saving throws against these spells and take no damage from them. What? Pockets of safety? Right, so does this mean that if he casts AoE in an area where he has some allies, those allies will not be receiving damage? I think so. Potent cantrip. Her cantrips become harder to evade entirely. When a creature succeeds its saving throw against one of your cantrips, it still takes half cantrip damage. Okay, empowered evocation. grasp of evocation magic has tightened, and you can add your intelligence modifier. Element siphoned. Yeah, we've seen this on... I can't remember who. I dare say Shadowheart? Element retort. When attacked, the affected entity can draw on siphoned magic to cast elemental retort. Not seen that before. 96 damage. For each Myrmidon currently siphoned. Right. So he's going to be siphoning some kind of elemental power from the Myrmidons that are nearby. Which means that if he's attacked, then he can just simply retort with whatever he's siphoned. Maybe. +1 spell save DC. Okay. Alright. Alright, hang on. I think this is going to inform our strategy here, because if he is able to do a retort every single time he gets attacked, then it's probably a good idea to deal with the Myrmidons first. Take damage, yeah, so any type of damage. Alright, that's definitely problematic, but it does sort of tell us what we need to try and do, which is to focus down on these Myrmidons first. Okay, well... the Air Myrmidon. We should try and deal, like, fire damage, perhaps, in that case. And I really do want to get Blue into a better spot here so he can move around. Oh, there's a space up there. That's interesting. These, railings seem a bit high, though. So I don't know if Blue will actually be able to fire off some shots from that position. I'm not entirely confident that we can place him up there. Yeah, that kind of makes me a little bit nervous, so... I'm going to put Blue right here. Just to immediately spread ourselves out a little bit more, plus Blue is very low. And yeah, we should start our attacks to try and focus down each Myrmidon at a time. So let's do Brace. Luck of the Far Realms. Good. Does Hamstring Shot affect these things? I mean, they seem to be sort of floating, so my immediate thought is that it probably won't do anything. Try to do... Oh, darn. Okay, I did not mean to do that. Yeah, I mean, just as well, because I was about to do Arrow of Fire, but no, he's got some resistance to fire. So Arrow of Cold or Ice might have been a good option there. But we might still have a chance to do that a little bit later. So with Blue, I'm going to just quickly tuck him back here, and I mean, I'm hoping that the Myrmidon's not going to block him in there. Cosmic Omen of Wheel, saving throw. Yeah, let's do it. Hellish Rebuke. Ah, no, okay. Shouldn't have done that. Psionic Backlash, could probably do that. Yeah, okay, so let's definitely get haste on immediately. And that should let Gale out as well, and he should be able to move in that direction when it's his turn. But I really want to try and deal with this Air Myrmidon. So he's susceptible to cold. I think that's probably a good idea for us to then, you know, just deal some cold damage in that case. So let's move out this way. And yeah, let's do it. Big damage. Love it. Now, Fiendish Resilience. Is there anything decent that we should do? I mean, there are all sorts of damage types here, which makes me feel like anything I do is probably going to be negated by each and every Myrmidon that's around, except for one. And, I mean, God knows what Lorroakan is capable of. We'll have to see. I don't think there was anything here that would explain what sort of spells he would be using, but I assume he's got every element to his, or up his sleeve. Let's just take a look at who's next. So I see a bow there, which means that we could get some benefit out of piercing resistance. And I'm just looking at who's going next, but the Water Myrmidon is going next. So I'm thinking... where is it? Yeah, it is not so far away. So I'm thinking of doing Cold Resilience. Okay, that seems decent to me. We do a Pommel Strike. I could. I'm gonna use an Oil of Accuracy, I think, rather than do a Pommel Strike. Okay. Let's not worry about moving Will just yet, because Gale's obviously got a turn. And we might be able to kill the Myrmidon here. So, first things first though, let's get haste on. And we want Ice Knife, maybe. We need a bit of extra damage. The problem that I have is the size of this spell, which could obviously impact Will. But 1 second, let me just take a quick look. Okay. Yeah, someone did mention in our comment section about the fact that some of Gale's AoE spells, perhaps maybe all of them, I'm not entirely sure, but they shouldn't affect allies. Perhaps maybe because of sculpt spells. Create pockets of safety within your evocation spells. Allies automatically succeed saving throws. So it's not all types of spells, but anything that's considered to be an evocation spell, we should be safe from. That's my read on it. And hopefully I'm reading that correctly. So maybe what I could do is just do a Cone of Cold. That gives us 8 to 64 damage. Problem is, if I do Ice Storm, it does freeze the ground, which might make things a little bit difficult for our guys to traverse through. I could maybe save some of my, you know, higher level spell slots to deal additional damage to some of the other targets here by perhaps maybe using our quick spell flinger. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. We do want haste on first. Oh, actually, sorry. I've already got that on. My bad. Yes. Okay, let's do that. So this will use a bonus action. And I'm sort of just hoping that by using a frost type spell, we will get additional damage up to 35, maybe. If not, I can chuck like Ice Knife, because that's like a level 1 spell, right? So let's do this. Ooh, good. Alright. So from here we should... Oh yeah, forget about Crank. So he's susceptible to all types of like physical damage, so that's fine. So we've got the Water Mermond here. Mermond? I keep saying Mermond? Myrmidon, bloody hell. Susceptible to everything except for poison and acid. I assume something like Fireball might be a decent option. Or maybe even Scorching Ray. I want to try to avoid destroying too much stuff here because I feel like there's a lot of stuff for us to potentially read. We could do something like that. Could conjure an elemental. Could be good. Hang on. Also, we do have a water elemental here, right? So that might be a... like, when we get to its turn, that could potentially be a good option to fight against the Fire Myrmidon. So... let's see. Water. I mean, if something is wet, usually they take either more cold damage or more lightning damage, right? So should we do something like Chain Lightning? But that might hit Lorokan and he could then do a retort, which is probably not what we want. 8 to 48. I don't think that's reaching him. Okay, well, if that's the case, then... You know, I could do... Ice Knife. Up to 22 damage, that's not a lot. Could move forward a little bit, but I would prefer tucking Gale out this way. I think I'm not in, like, the right, like, elevation to get this off, which kind of frustrates me a little bit, but that's okay. I am going to do Fireball, I think. Is that the right answer for Water Myrmidons? Or should I be going with, like, some cold type damage? I could do this. We are reaching now. Yeah, let's do it. D7. Okay. Yeah, let's move Gale all the way here. Good, no attacks of opportunity. Fantastic, and
this is
Will.
my time.
Could it be a better idea for us to maybe tuck Will? I don't know. I mean, attacks of opportunity would mean that he won't get the opportunity to retort, right? I think that's a decent idea. So we could just keep Will engaged. That will prevent him from moving around, and maybe also distract him from targeting Roland, potentially. Okay, well, let's see what kind of pain we're dealing with here.
In my favor.
Not too bad. Oh, he hovers around. A lot of misses there. I like to see that. Jaheira. Let's see. Fire immunity, Hellish Rebuke. You would think, and this is just all of my JRPG knowledge speaking here, but if this is a fire type elemental, then it should be susceptible to something like ice, right? Why do we have to move for that? Let's see what the water elemental can do. Multi-attack. Slam. Create a puddle of water. Winter's Breath. Burning targets undergo rapid cooling and become brittle. I don't know if this thing is burning. Exactly. I'm just trying to think of whether or not if I do a slam and create a puddle of water, am I setting myself up for some pain later on? I suppose with the water myrmidon around, that could be the case, because if they cast like some ice spell on us, it'd be very detrimental. Earth myrmidon. Just trying to imagine what kind of attacks this one will do. Perhaps like thunder or something? Or perhaps maybe more defensive spells. Right. Do I want to go up to 40 damage, or... Okay, this is more AoE. I think I'll just take the multi-attack, to be honest. And this is just considered, what, physical damage? Chilled targets. This is a bonus action, right? Yep. Okay. I think that's a decent thing to do. Just to create a little bit more space for us. Let's do multi-attack. And yeah, they're doing Hellish Rebuke. We can do Counterspell. Great. Good times. Jaheira. Now she's a little bit more free to move around. Question is, what do I want to do? Is radiant damage a good idea? I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe not. Not in this case. I'm thinking Ice Knife seems decent. Or I could do Ice Storm. I think maybe we're going to have to go with Ice Knife. Yeah, let's do it. So if we're in this current position, yeah, probably not the best. Let's just pull back a little bit. Ice Knife here. Wow, that was not really a lot of damage at all. I'm thinking of doing our wild shape and just giving us the dragon starry form just for the coming rounds. Do want to spread ourselves out a little bit. So let me just move to that position. Okay, looks good to me.
Red in tooth and claw.
Okay, here we go. Lorroakan is up. Oh man, okay, he didn't get an attack of opportunity off. That is not great. Yeah, saving throw. Whoa! A lot of damage. Let's do just a couple of attacks here on the Myrmidon. Actually, are they holding weapons? It kind of looks like they are. Can I do a honeyed pause? Okay, they're immune to it. So, that's fine. I think we'll leave Ursa where she is. Or should I move away from our own elemental? That might not be a bad idea, just in case we're dealing with more AoE spells. Oh no! Miklor! I wanted to save him, if I could. Okay, good. Blue. Let's not cower too much, and let's get into the action. So, I could take a few attacks from... Where? From where? Is the question. Perhaps maybe if I just bring him in... like there. Just want to see if we can get that. Yes, we can. Ideally, I would like to try and get Crank. That might still be out of range. Yeah, we're still out of range here. Let's just go for the Fire Myrmidon. Might be a good idea to use one of our arrows here. That seems alright. Let's try and use this. That's really not a lot of damage at all. Am I reading things incorrectly? Maybe they're not susceptible to ice, and instead susceptible to... But ice and water are kind of like hand in hand, right? Is there anything that would be giving us, like, I don't know, wind type damage? I'm not sure. Let me just do a regular attack. Yeah, good. Push blue back again. He can probably go down with one attack or one spell, which really worries me. I think we're done with blue. Ow. Okay, who do we deal with first?
Forever dauntless.
What is mud? Difficult terrain. Movement speed is halved. Yeah, I think I will take my bonus action here. Oh, man, we are within range, though. That is not ideal. Extra thunder damage. Looks good to me. I will take this action. And I am going to risk the opportunity attack. But let's try and do Booming Blade. Nice. Nice. One more. Ah, just a little bit more. Okay, and Gale. So now we should be able to move Gale around a little bit more. So we've got these two... Oh no, actually, my bad, I take that back. Maybe we could get these two in some kind of AoE spell. Or I could deal with Crank. Doesn't seem like a bad idea. And we could perhaps maybe do... Oh, that is large. Very large. Although, yeah, I forget. I keep forgetting this, which I just sort of mentioned before, but because this is an evocation spell, none of our allies would get caught up in it. We probably don't want to use that if we're trying to get the Fire Mermond in as well. So, I don't know what kind of range the Chain Lightning has, but that could be a decent thing to try to do. It's a level 6. I don't really think we have too many other level 6 options, do we? Yeah, I don't think so. So, which means we should give this a try. I don't think I've ever used this before. Let's see what happens. Okay, no, he was affected. And he is now doing that rebuke. But we might be able to get, like, psionic backlash on him. Oh, okay. There goes our haste on Gale. And he did take quite a bit of damage there. Yeah, so I've got to keep that in mind. That spell actually has a very large sort of area of effect, if you will. Now that we're a little bit freer, we should be able to just... I reckon maybe we'll be able to just tuck Will back here. What is going on here? There's some kind of a aura. Oh, no, that's Shriek, yeah. I forget. Right, so I don't want to engage just yet, but I am just tucking Will sort of in the center here, trying to spread everyone out as much as possible. Shriek is still affecting, I think, at least one of them. Maybe if I just jump in a little bit here. Yeah, okay, so they are both affected now. I think we'll leave Will where he is. Now, Gale. He's got something going on there. Okay, he's lethargic now. That's Ah, that's a shame. So... I guess we won't be able to use Gale for the rest of this round, or perhaps maybe even into the next one? I can't remember now. Okay. Crank is having another turn. Let's go. I can accept that. So who's going next? We have Jaheira.
Consider my hackles raised.
Who's Crank? Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna try and see if I can get these two. Let's give that a go. Never done insect plague before. It is a concentration spell though. I guess it does mean this area will be blocked off as a result, so maybe not exactly what I want to do. Call lightning. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, I'll just go with Ice Storm here. Hopefully both are taken out. Not quite for Crank. Not quite. Ursa. Yeah, Ursa's gonna have a difficult time trying to get into the action, I feel. And then it is the Earth Myrmidon.
Do you know? I think we have given offense.
How far does this go? Yeah, okay. It is a little bit far, so I probably want to just reposition.
Understood.
I know we're getting a little bit crowded here, which does worry me. No. Not quite. Perfect. I think. Let's do it. All right. Okay, decent, but unfortunately the Myrmidon is still alive. And there's Leroican as well. I'm getting a little bit nervous. Our guys are bunched up a little.
Ready.
We could probably maybe just separate out from
Into position.
Gale. think this is fine. Got decent amount of HP. Oh, Jaheira is a little low. Maybe we're going to need to think about, you know, doing some healing for Jaheira. That does bring him semi-close. Ooh, that's a big leap. Yes. Oh, good. I forgot about the rebukes though. But we can take another attack here. I don't mind. Ooh, yes. Nice. No, the Myrmidons are still going despite Laroakan's death. Ooh. Beautiful. And that's that. Nice.
Laroakan, you who would see me caged, you who would purchase my submission with profane gold. Let every wicked magus, every vile murtherer, each slaver and misery merchant see. Dame Aelin is watching. She is indomitable. And when her face lights the shadows of your wrongdoing, you are broken by its beauty.
Excuse me. Wow. Was not expecting that. Okay, people are very, very injured.
I cannot die. Please help me.
Yeah. Don't worry, Gale. We're healing up right now. Yeah, probably going to need to get Scratch back in. Oh, no, I can't get Scratch back in. I could get something else back in, though. But, yeah, let's immediately do a short rest here.
Pushing on.
I could even do, like, another one if I really wanted to. So, let's take a look at Gale's spell slots here. I think we could do a recovery. Up to level 5. What about the amulet? I think that might be up to a level 3 only. Yeah. I mean, we may as well. And yeah, let's get another level 5. That was a really, really good spell, though, this Chain Lightning. I mean, contextually, though, we did have a bit of an issue there.
At your command.
Now, before I continue to forget, let's actually give some potions to Gale. So he could use that. And speaking of potions and Gale, perhaps maybe we can have Gale drink a few of these potions. Yeah, that's fine. He's slightly injured, but I think we are ready for another fight. So, I suppose I can have a chat with Dame Aelin. I don't know if she's still in this tower, or if... Oh, okay, there's a portal there. Was that always there? Or, no, that's where we came in from, isn't it? Okay, so let's have a look around. And there's obviously Roland as well. And we'll see what happens next. Anything from the Myrmidons? No.
Right away.
Despair of Athkatla. 2 to 9 damage. That's already a big improvement from Melf's first staff. +1 bonus to spell save DC. We definitely want that. Topple. I think I'm gonna take this for Gale, because we don't really use Melf's Acid Arrow that much. I think this will be a decent replacement. There you go. And... let's go back to blue.
Let's get going. On my way.
Too bad we couldn't save Miklor. Shelter of Athkatla. And cast Mirror Image. Spell resistance. You have advantage on saving throws against spells. Okay, that's where it was coming in from. So, compared to the Potent Robe... I don't know. Is spell resistance better? Cantrips deal additional damage equal to your charisma modifier. I think, if anything, the Potent Robe works a lot better with the quick spell gloves that we are now using to cast cantrips as, you know, bonus actions. Granted, you can only do that once per short rest. And we do get the benefit of temporary hit points at the beginning of our turn, and an additional 1 to 4 hit points from the Ring of Regeneration. I think I prefer to keep Potent Robe. That's kind of my opinion on it, but... if I'm missing something completely,
No one back home will ever believe this.
feel free to enlighten me. Alright, so it's time to look around. I mean, apparently still going to count as stealing if we looked in various spots, and Roland is here, so I presume he won't be too impressed if we do look around.
Is dead. The bastard is dead.
Are you alright?
I am. Now that the bastard's in bits. Leroican was a cruel and vicious man. By day, I'd tend the shop, but at night, he'd fire the most nonsensical questions at me. And for every one I answered wrong, he'd beat me. I could have killed him with my own 2 hands. But I kept thinking it was all a test. It had to be. I thought it was the price I had to pay to become a true wizard. I realize now he was just a sick, sick man.
That explains why his face looks all beat up. So, can we not trade with Sorcerer's Sundries anymore, with Leroican dead? I only wish I could kill Leroican all over again. What comes next?
I see things clearly now. If I wish to master the weave, I must do it myself. Thankfully, I have everything I need, right here.
All hail Roland, master of Ramazith's tower.
Oh, I like the sound of that. I do indeed. I'll move Cal and Leah in immediately. The Roakin refuse to let them stay here. They are gonna love the tower. I wouldn't have this, the tower, my family, without you. What can I do to thank you?
The city is under siege from inside out. I need allies.
And you'll have me. I'll learn everything I can about the tower in the meantime, even if I have to rip this place apart. But know this. Ramesses Tower and its master are now your friends. And when the time comes, we will stand by you as allies.
Nice. Okay, so we've got one group of people allied with us. So now that he owns the tower, though, I suppose we still can't steal all the stuff here. Now, speaking of the tower, though, there's a whole bunch of stuff inside, which, you know, again, previous episode we learnt the hard way, that those portals don't actually lead to the lower sections of the tower, so I do want to take a look. What's going on with this throne? Okay, so I guess maybe it's just something that we would sit on. Yeah, looks like it. Let's get a familiar in. I'll go with... what do we usually get? I think it's the Raven. Whoa. And we'll just quickly do Long Strider on him. Wasn't too bad of a fight, if you ask me. Yes, we need to try and get down there. I suppose we don't need to do it from the outside. Can we jump over any of this? We should be able to.
The pride of the gate.
Yeah, here. It's a bonus action. Should be able to use this.
Never a dull moment.
Let's try jumping down there.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
So when we do a long rest next, we probably do want to have a chat with Aelin. And, you know, conclude the entire thing. The entire fight. Oh, there were the chests up above as well. I've totally forgotten about that. Alright, we need to come back for them. Oh, Aelin's just right here. Why don't we just have a chat now?
Something's on my mind.
The Firehead fool is dead. Yet as I stare upon his corpse, I feel... sadness. Why?
What kind of sadness?
A gripping in the chest. As though I'd lost someone. Something. Paladin's fatigue, no doubt. You were excellent in battle, as is your way. And I am proud to fight at your side. And you, tiefling, you did not embarrass yourself. I will catch my breath, then to camp I will bring my bones. Moon Maiden be with you.
Suppose she was referring to Roland. Okay, so let's go down this way. Are you kidding me? Everyone? Oh. What the hell? What is this circle? Don't do anything. We might be able to jump down there as well. Hopefully there's a way up. Gale, you're up.
One with the weave.
Aye. Better be careful not to trigger that thing.
an Arcana
Let's move.
check for that? That seems a little strange.
Don't want to draw any attention.
Oh, let's go back and use that instead. I don't know how it would be triggered, but... A wizard's task list. Tasks for which I require aid. Sweeping out the main hall, removing Ramazith's personal effects from my chambers, placing such valuable tomes as the Annals of Cassus in the Cassus vault for safekeeping. That's all. If Miklor cannot handle such simple matters, I ought to replace him with an animated armor or two.
Alright, time to skulk about. This calls for careful footwork. Oh, my hand slipped.
Yeah, Dame Aelin is still here. I really do hope that
Best be on my way.
we can still access the top of the tower if we leave this place. Because there are those chests that we've left behind.
What path lies before me?
So this is called the Weave button.
Clean up.
Oh, sorry. They're all Weave buttons. This one just says below. Which I don't think we've been to, right? We've chosen the...
Aye. Better be careful not to trigger that thing.
Don't... Guys, what are you doing?
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Okay, that was very close. Very close to the end. Security.
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine.
What are we successfully hiding from? Oh, these, mage hands.
Looking ahead. Out of sight, out of mind. If not over, then through.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really know if I should jump down here first or if I should just use one of the buttons first. I'm thinking let's just use one of the buttons and see where that takes us. So let's do a quick save here. And let's hit this one. Okay, yeah, I didn't really need to jump down here. I suspected perhaps maybe that was going to be the case. So there's some arcane barriers here, which I don't know what to think of that, whether or not they might just be something that we need to deactivate, maybe this button? Or is there something else? There's a gilded chest there, there's a display case. Do another quick save. Oh. Ah. I see. I see. Okay, that just simply takes us back down here, but how would we get through the arcane barrier then? I can't even see what this thing might be.
Something good here, I hope. I don't need any attention right now.
Ooh! Okay. Alright.
Charmed,
Someone
I'm
else,
sure.
please.
What's that?
What's what? Oh, this thing. A key.
Very well.
Apparently there was an Arcana check, though.
A hero at heart.
Will, you're up. Jahira.
Nature's servant awaits.
Jahira, what? Why can't you complete the check? Oh, alright.
I applaud your taste. The path less traveled.
I'll
Well,
make my next move. Where am I needed?
let's
Best think ahead, or I'm lost.
firstly open the chest. Mystery door key. Take it. Whoa, yeah, okay. Right. That was a lot of damage. Or it feels like a lot of damage because blue doesn't really have a lot of HP. And I've lost Quoth already as a result. So, is it just going to... continually do damage to us? Is that right to assume?
Defender of the people.
Maybe.
2 steps at a time.
Okay, it's not exactly locked. So that won't really do anything for us.
I've got a long road ahead.
Okay, it doesn't do anything.
A hero at heart.
I wonder if it just does damage the one time. But, I mean, Will has a bit of HP, so let's give this a go. Okay, yeah, it was just the one time. High security vault number 1 key. I mean,
Still breathing.
sure,
Despite everything.
we'll take that.
More for me.
Oh, hang on, let's
Can't risk being
hide,
an open view.
just in case.
Never wanted the easy path.
Alright, so... I don't know what to think about these. But perhaps maybe the more we explore, the more we will learn about how to get rid of the arcane barrier. Can we attack the arcane barrier? It's invulnerable. Is there another way? Let's not worry about it for now. Let's go back up. And I suppose with Aelin sort of just sitting here,
These boots have
like,
seen everything.
will she not be... She might not be too happy about us sort of hitting this weave button. What do you guys think? I'll just do it anyway and see what happens.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
What did that do? Oh, it activated the traps. Okay, I see. Interesting that that says cleanup. That faults and security. So maybe I need to hit this.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
What was that? What? Oh. Oh. Oh, Lord. Okay. Aelin's still there. Is she... Ah, yeah, she's joined battle as well. Okay. Can we hit these things again? Can't reach the destination.
The witching hour.
Does that disable them? No. Okay. Well, this is a problem. This is definitely a problem. Medium toughness. Lightning vulnerability. Okay, cool. Guys, let's take a break here. In the next one, we'll try and take down all of these cannons. And I don't know if after we take down the cannons, perhaps maybe these things might just simply disable. There must be something here to be able to get rid of the arcane bubbles that we see down there. So we'll try and figure it out, but I don't want to try and, you know, spend like
Can't even catch my breath.
whole next episode doing that. So if we fail, then we'll move on. I'll wait for people to drop some hints or whatever. But yeah, we'll call it an episode here for now. Thanks for watching as usual, guys. Drop me a like if you enjoyed it, as usual. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.